For the title of this video, you've probably guessed that a brand new Tarzan is swinging our way. But what you might not know is just how different this one might be. Sony has officially picked up the rights to the classic Edgar Rice Burroughs character, and they're not just planning a small tweak or a soft reboot. Nope, word is this is going to be a total reinvention of Tarzan. The last time we saw Tarzan on the big screen was back in 2016. That version had some serious star power, with Alexander Skarsgård as Tarzan and Margot Robbie as Jane. It was directed by David Yates, the guy behind a bunch of the Harry Potter films. It should have worked, right? Great cast, familiar story, and a decent budget, but for whatever reason, it just didn't click with audiences. Warner Brothers ended up dropping the idea of a franchise not long after. But here's the exciting part. Now that Sony's in charge, they've got a real shot at doing something fresh and potentially way better. If you've been keeping an eye on Hollywood's latest moves, you might have heard that Sony Pictures is gearing up for a fresh take on the legendary jungle hero, Tarzan. This isn't just another reboot. It's a complete reinvention aimed at breathing new life into a character whose roots trace back over a century. Tarzan, the brainchild of Edgar Rice Burroughs, first swung into our imaginations in 1912. The tale of an orphan boy raised by apes in the African jungle has been retold countless times across books, films, and even Broadway. However, as society evolves, so does the lens through which we view such stories. Sony recognizes this and is committed to reshaping Tarzan's narrative to resonate with today's audiences. The last major cinematic outing for Tarzan was in 2016 with The Legend of Tarzan, featuring Alexander Skarsgård and Margot Robbie. Despite its star-studded cast and substantial budget, the film didn't quite hit the mark, both critically and commercially. Critics pointed out its reliance on outdated tropes and a lack of fresh perspective, leading Warner Brothers to scrap any sequel plans. Sony aims to avoid these pitfalls by reimagining Tarzan's world, focusing on themes that align with contemporary values and sensibilities. One of the most intriguing rumors surrounding this reboot is the potential casting of Henry Cavill as Tarzan. Known for his roles as Superman and Geralt of Rivia in The Witcher, Cavill brings a blend of physical prowess and emotional depth that could redefine the jungle hero for a new generation. Cavill's previous performances showcase his ability to portray complex characters torn between two worlds, a trait essential for Tarzan, who straddles the line between civilization and the wild. His dedication to roles, evident in his physical transformations and nuanced acting, makes him a compelling choice for this reinvention. In line with modern storytelling, the character of Jane Porter is expected to evolve beyond the traditional damsel in distress archetype. Actresses like Florence Pugh and Zendaya are being speculated for the role, both known for portraying strong, independent women who can hold their own. Pugh's performances in films like Little Women and Black Widow demonstrate her range and ability to bring depth to her characters. Zendaya, with her roles in Euphoria and the Spider-Man series, has shown a knack for portraying multifaceted characters with strength and vulnerability. While no director has been officially attached to the project, the choice will be crucial in shaping the film's tone and direction. The ideal candidate would need to balance action-packed sequences with character-driven storytelling, ensuring that the film resonates with both longtime fans and new audiences. Names like Ava DuVernay have been floated, known for her work on Selma and A Wrinkle in Time. DuVernay's ability to handle complex narratives with sensitivity and her commitment to diverse storytelling could bring a fresh perspective to the Tarzan saga. Now, let's talk about the big, unavoidable elephant in the room when it comes to any new Tarzan movie: colonialism and representation. One of the challenges in rebooting Tarzan lies in addressing the colonialist undertones and racial stereotypes present in the original material. Sony's reinvention aims to confront those issues head-on, recontextualizing the story to reflect a more inclusive and accurate portrayal of African cultures and the complexities of colonial history. This approach involves consulting with cultural experts and ensuring that the narrative doesn't perpetuate outdated or harmful stereotypes. By doing so, the film can honor the essence of Tarzan while presenting a story that aligns with contemporary values. Sony's commitment to reinventing Tarzan signals a broader trend in Hollywood, re-examining classic tales through a modern lens. This reboot isn't just about updating visuals or casting. It's about reshaping the narrative to reflect today's world. With the potential involvement of talents like Henry Cavill and Florence Pugh or Zendaya, and a director capable of balancing action with meaningful storytelling, this Tarzan could swing into theaters as a symbol of how classic stories can evolve and remain relevant. On the flip side, there's a rumor that's been floating around that Zendaya might be in talks to play the female lead in Sony's upcoming Tarzan reboot. And if that turns out to be true, it could be one of the smartest casting moves they make. While nothing's confirmed yet, the idea of Zendaya stepping into the role of Jane, or even a completely reimagined version of her, makes a lot of sense. She's one of the biggest names in Hollywood right now, and she's got serious acting chops. She's done high school drama in Euphoria, swung through New York as MJ in Spider-Man, and helped lead a sci-fi epic with Dune. So, playing a bold, modern version of Jane is definitely within her range. But what makes this rumor even more interesting is the direction Sony seems to be taking with this reboot. They're not just dusting off the old story and running it back. This is described as a total reinvention of the Tarzan mythos, something that speaks to the 21st century. And Zendaya, with her modern charisma and global appeal, could be the exact kind of star to bring that vision to life. Imagine, instead of Jane just being the typical damsel in distress, she's a full-on co-lead. Maybe she's a scientist, a conservationist, or even the one who ends up rescuing Tarzan from his own outdated views of the world. That dynamic would totally flip the script, and Zendaya has the confidence and intelligence to pull it off. Morbius failed to impress, Madame Web struggled, and the once-announced El Muerto film starring Bad Bunny has completely disappeared from the radar. Now that no new release dates are confirmed for that universe, people are starting to question whether Sony is quietly letting it go. That said, they're not abandoning the Spider-Man brand. Spider-Man 4 with Tom Holland is in development and currently slated for July 24th, 2026. There's also high anticipation for the next chapter in the animated Spider-Verse saga, but it's clear Sony is in need of a fresh, exciting franchise, and a bold new Tarzan could be just what they're looking for. And that's a wrap for today's video. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next one.